Hey, what's up guys? So Samsung released a bunch of different phones this year, just like they do every year, and the process of upgrading your phone, especially if you want Samsung, can be a bit overwhelming because there's a lot of choices and you need to find out what device is actually meant for you. So I wanted to make a video showcasing the similarities and differences of each of their flagships, which are the S7, the S7 Active, the S7 Edge, and the Note 7. So we have a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and jump straight into this video, beginning with the similarities of each of these phones. So if you're located here in the United States, all of these phones run the same exact chipset, which is the Snapdragon 820 coupled with 4 GB of RAM. If you have the international version, you're looking at the Exynos 8890, but still 4 GB of RAM. They all have Quad HD displays, they all have fingerprint sensors, and also they all support SD cards up to 256 GB, which that slot is located in the SIM tray on all of them. All these phones do feature the same exact water repellent, water resistant coating, making them somewhat waterproof up to a meter of water for 30 minutes. They also feature the same exact heart rate monitor and pulse ox located in the flash on the back next to the camera. You also get NFC, wireless charging, and of course that quick charge technology located in all of these. They also feature the same exact 12 megapixel camera with an aperture of f1.7, and on the front they all feature the same 5 megapixel camera with an aperture of f1.7. Now, to cover the differences, we're going to start with the S7. Now, the S7 is the cheapest of the four. It comes in at between $500 to $600 here in the United States. It's the smallest phone. It has the smallest battery at 3,000 milliamp hours. And if you're looking for a phone that you can easily manage with one hand, but you still want that beautiful 5.2-inch Quad HD display, this is the one for you. However, battery life, being that it's only a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, is not the best. Moving on to the S7 Active. The S7 Active is a AT&T exclusive. You can purchase it off contract though, and you can find them on Amazon and eBay, and it retails between $700 to $800. More on the $800 side because it's a very expensive phone, but it does come with quite a few features that separate it from the pack. Now the S7 Active is geared towards the person that wants to be outdoors a lot because it's very rugged. It features like a rubberized texture on the corners to give it more drop protection, and it also has a polycarbonate shatterproof display. However, that display is very susceptible to scratching, so make sure you put a tempered glass screen protector on it or some type of screen protector. The S7 Active also does not feature any backlighting behind the keys located to the left and right of the home button. And rather than being more like a touch capacitive button, they are physical buttons in the sense that you have to press them down and they're very clicky. The S7 Active also sports a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, and that is the biggest out of these four, and the battery life on this phone is absolutely insane. You're gonna get anywhere between 7 to 8 hours consistently of screen on time, and it will last you, especially if you're just an average user, easily 2 days. The S7 Active also sports an extra button located right above the volume rocker. Now this button, it can be assigned to different apps and functions of your choice. For instance, you can assign an app for a single press, you can assign a different app for a double press, and you can assign a third app for a press and hold. So let's go ahead and move on to the S7 Edge. Now the S7 Edge is a very exquisite device in the sense that it's extremely premium. It features dual curved edges, and it also has a 3,600 milliamp hour battery. Samsung did incorporate some software enhancements to take full use of that edge screen. The S7 Edge also features a 5.5-inch display versus the Active's 5.2 and the S7's 5.2. But you also get some more functions within the software, as I said, for the Edge screen. And this includes things like People Edge and Apps Edge. And while the screen is locked, you can actually do a little gesture on the curved edge and it will launch things like your news feed and give you your notifications, your weather. When it comes down to actual battery life, not just battery size, I'm getting anywhere between 6 to 7 hours of screen on time on a good day and 5 to 6 hours on a bad day, which is really good considering the technology behind this phone plus the size of that display. Basically, if you want the latest and greatest technology but still want to be able to manage your phone with one hand, the S7 Edge is really hard to beat. It's extremely thin, it's lightweight, it looks beautiful. However, because of that glass front and back, just like the S7, I recommend getting some type of skin. So finally, we've moved on to the Note 7. Now the Note 7 is a recalled device. However, once the recall is done, you'll be able to get your hands on this phone again, and it is a brilliant phone overall. So when it comes down to the S7 and the Note 7, there's a huge difference, not just in size, but in overall performance. But when it comes down to the S7 Edge and the Note 7, there's not that much of a difference except for an S Pen, a few little odds and ends, and a larger display. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. The Note 7 features a 5.7-inch display, and it is gorgeous. It does feature the curved edge design that the S7 Edge has. However, the curves are a little bit more subtle and not as prominent, making it for an easier writing experience and in-the-hand experience. The Note 7 also features an iris scanner, which is a first for Samsung, and it works really well actually. It surprised me. The Note 7 is actually running the latest version of TouchWiz known as Grace UI. The Note 7 is also the first device to be featured in this coral blue color, and I have to say, once I saw it and got my hands on it at the event, I knew I had to have this phone because, you know, blue is my color. Blue is my color. Check the microphone. Okay, so moving on, the biggest difference between the Note as a whole versus all the other phones that Samsung has ever made, and this, you know, dates back to whenever there was a first Note launched, is the S Pen. And the S Pen is really groundbreaking on the Note 7. It's really been improved from the Note 5, and the functionality and the overall responsiveness and accuracy is just jaw-dropping, and you're gonna enjoy using it. However, the Note 7 also features a smaller battery than the S7 Edge. Yeah, a smaller battery and a larger display. It's a 3,500 milliamp hour battery, and during my time so far, I'm getting anywhere between 4 and 5 hours of screen on time, with one day equating to roughly about 6 hours. But I can't seem to replicate that again. However, I have been told that the battery in the Note 7 is a different technology than the one in the previous models. And the reason why they've done that is to improve the longevity of the battery. So after a year and your battery develops some unstable memory and you're no longer getting good battery life, you don't have to send it into the Samsung headquarters for repair and for them to put another battery in it. This one should last you your entire 2 years. Now, like I said in the beginning, the Note 7 does feature the same camera as the other three phones, but they did improve the processing. So despite the hardware being the same, you know, the 12 megapixel f1.7 camera with optical image stabilization, yada, 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 it is actually improved due to the processing going on inside. Now, it's not that much of a difference. I mean, if you look at a photo taken with the S7 Edge, and then you look at a photo taken with the Note 7, it's not that much of a difference. I mean, there's a difference, but it's hardly a difference. The Note 7 does feature USB Type-C, but you don't really get any major benefits with that right now. Now, is it future-proof? Yes, but you still have the same type of quick charging technology that's found in the other ones. So pretty much the Note 7 is for the business type. The person that needs extreme productivity on their phone, someone that's going to use the stylus, maybe a graphic designer, someone that likes handwriting more than typing, someone that consumes a lot of media because it has a bigger display, and also someone that, you know, just likes the Note in general. You know, big fan since the Note 1, you know, of course you're gonna like the Note 7. I hope this video helped you in making your purchasing decision, so when you walk into the store, you know exactly what Galaxy device you want. If it did, drop me a thumbs up, follow me on all my social media platforms, subscribe so you don't miss future content, including the Note 7 review, and go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. And of course, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Be easy.